welcome to My Messy Fingers. I'm Charlie. I already did the video to do this particular signature, but when I uploaded it, there was something wrong, a glitch in the video itself. So I'm going to do a walkthrough with you on what it is that I did to make this particular signature. So let's get to the center. This piece here comes out of the 8.5 by 11 paper pad. So this particular signature is 8.5 inches wide, which was perfect. But then I had to cut it to 8 3/4 of an inch in the overall height. We made a pocket down here at the very bottom, and the pocket measures in at 2 1/4 inches by 8.5 inches. And on one of the, 8 by 8s that I cut into, there was this, I don't know what you want to call it. It was a hem on the side of the 8 by 8. So I used it here, and then I put in some black bling. I put in one of the ephemera pieces. It's just a bat. And then these panels, your left and right panels are going to measure at 6 inches across with a 1/2 inch score and then a 5/8 of an inch score. And the height of these are going to be 8 3/4 in height. When you put this on, make sure that you're lining up with that 1/2 inch score line, because I want this hinge, if you will, I want it here up on the top. And then this piece here is out of the 8 by 8. You're going to pull both of those out of your 8 by 8 pads. I'm sorry, I've got something in my throat. And then I cut this particular piece, I cut it at 5 inches in length, and this is what's left of that 5 inches. I turned it over so that there was some contrast, but it fell short of making the pocket that I wanted to make. So I used some scrap, this is the piece down here, to make up the difference. Now, this pocket is going to measure at 5 1/8 inches across by 3 3/4 deep. Now, when you line this up, please verify, depending upon how you're scoring, everybody scores, your pressure makes a difference on how your score ends up turning out. So please measure from here, the edge of this, to just, on this piece would be to the right of that 5/8 score line, and that will confirm your width. But mine did come in at 5 1/8 inches. And then once again, the depth of the pocket is 3 3/4 of an inch. So I took the remainder of this piece up here, flipped it over. I put one of the sticker sheets for the bat, and this is out of the ephemera, and it's a tuck, so you can come in here, not with this item, it's quite heavy. You can tuck here. And then we used, again, this band down here to break it up. And then these are the tags that in the very first video that I discussed making, and there were 6 of them, so I'm placing one here. Now over here on this side, it is an absolute repeat of what we just did. The pocket measurements are the same, the score lines are the same, and then this ephemera is taped here at the bottom to treat it as a tuck, and then here's a bat out of the sticker sheet, and then again this is some bling, and this is just one of the large cards. It just shows you how nice and deep that pocket is. So when we close this, one of these cards. You're going to cut it out. I matted mine onto black and then I pasted it there. And then this again is an ephemera that I taped here across the bottom. And this piece here came out of the 12 by 12s. So this sheet, the 12 by 12s, this is the reverse side to the 12 by 12. So I'm going for some contrast here, showing the pumpkins on the left and then this checkerboard pattern here on the right side. Down here is a rub-on that I put. So I've got it like it's coming up behind the grave. And this has got the skeleton hand with the rose. It's got a little bit of spider webs and there's a spider. So then when you close this, this is its reverse side. This is side A, this is side B. Now I did take one of the frames and I did tape it with real thin 1/8 of an inch tape because you want to be able to maximize that pocket as much as possible for coming in here and sliding in a photo. Once you get the photo set, you can tack this down and it should stay put. Now, if you want to go ahead and add one of these cards in there, you can do that if you don't want to have a photo. This sticker here came off of the sticker sheet. I did mat it in some black so it would stand up just a little bit. But I'm going to save that for an actual photo. And then this piece over here is an 8 by 8. It is the back side of this piece. So I used both of these. There's two of them in the 8 by 8 pad. And I cut into both of them so that this was on the front and this was on the back. Now, on the bottom of this are 3 cards. Take those and set those aside. But it's on this side here that this strip came from. Okay? So then, reversing this, you've got a magnet that's here and you've got a magnet that's here. So you want to be conscientious of that so that you're not covering them, because the more paper you layer over a magnet, the less it works. But I did put a nice ephemera here, a rose, so that you can come in here with maybe a smaller item as a tuck and it won't interfere with your magnet. You can even put in a permanent photo there and still utilize the tuck if that's what you want to do. So you could do some journaling here, or you can put a photo and then take one of these cards for your journaling. So then when this closes, this magnet connects with the other magnet. And then the front of this, there is this skeletal hand with the rose. So I took the matching piece out of the ephemera and I popped it up and laid it on here. And what's really nice is you can still see the skeletal hand behind it, but it acts as a shadow, and then these are the leaves. So you get extra foliage on this. And that's how, I'm sorry, I almost blew it. I get to describing and I forget what I'm doing. Okay, this measured in at, and then there's an, so this is measuring in at 7 3/4 of an inch in its length. You're going to score it at 1/2, and then you're going to score it at 3/4 because we need this hinge to come up over what we just built here so that this would lay over nicely. So that's 7 1/4 by 5 inches. Now, if anybody has any questions on this, I'm missing a measurement or a detail, please just message down below and I will answer you back just as quickly as I can. And I do want to point out that there's plenty of room here for some journaling. You can also put a small photo here as well, utilizing the tuck. You can do that on both of these. And this is a big enough spread that you can actually put 2 3.5 by 5 photos committed right here, as well as utilizing the tuck that's down below. All right. Okay, I'm going to now prep for this signature. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.